July 2021 is the 100th anniversary of women in Wisconsin being allowed to hold public office. 1 year after the passage of the 19th Amendment, the 1921 Wisconsin Equal Rights Act was passed, giving women equal rights to hold public office. By 1923, Wisconsin had elected its first women county board, city council, and village board members, mayor, and dozens of municipal clerks and treasurers. In 1924, the first women were elected to the Wisconsin state legislature.
Today, a century later, more than 3,000 women hold elected offices in Wisconsin, but there's still progress to be made. Women hold less than 30% of all elected offices, and women of color face the greatest representation gap.
And join with us to reaffirm our commitment to the empowering and uplifting women to hold elected and appointed offices across our great state.
We're from the Wisconsin Women's Council, a state bipartisan commission, and we hope you enjoy this commemorative video featuring a sampling of state and local elected offices and the inspirational women who serve in them.
Being at the table for women is very important. You have the perspective possibly of being a mom or a grandmother, but women look differently at public service. And it's important to get in on the ground floor in local government, which is a great springboard for state and national opportunities.
Lead unapologetically. You may be the only in the room, you may be one of two in the room, but remember, as women, we deserve to embrace our vulnerability and use it as our power. How we get there is not always important. It's how much space we take up. Demand, lead, be reckless at times, and hone in on your power. It's yours, and you deserve to be in every position that you get.
Wisconsin women have become essential to good government. 100 years in, veterans like me are now mentoring the next generation of even better and bolder leaders. It's a pipeline that can't be stopped.
After 100 years of finally being able to run for public office, we'd earned equal rights before the law. We pay tribute to the women who challenge the status quo. Our voices matter. We're 51% of the US population. For my daughter and granddaughter and theirs to come, it's past time for 51% representation. Being the first Latina elected to council and first elected woman mayor of Oshkosh is in no small part due to the persistence of those women who envisioned a seat at the table for us 100 years ago.
Run for that seat. It doesn't belong to any one person. Run boldly. There's no line for these seats. Celebration. Congratulations. It's been 100 years.
Before my grandmother passed away, she would plant these seeds of wisdom. And as they begin to grow, my perspective shifted. I stand on the shoulders of many strong African American women. The originator of this powerful legacy of women in government started with my grandmother, State Representative Marsha Priscilla Cobbs, a founding member of the Wisconsin Women's Council and the first African American woman in the state legislature. My mother, Elizabeth Cobbs, who served as a Milwaukee County Supervisor and State Representative for 25 years, and my cousin, Alderwoman Milele A. Cobbs, who was the youngest woman elected to the Milwaukee Common Council and has served 16 years as an alderperson. My aunt, Vertus Robinson, who was the first African American woman to serve in the Kansas City State Legislature. I am proud to stand on those shoulders as another elected in the Milwaukee County government, and more power to women in government.
It's important for me to serve in public office because I believe I set the example for other young women of color to follow in my footsteps. It's not an easy position to be in, but it's certainly one that is needed. If we don't run, we don't win. And so we must take up that opportunity and run so that we have a diverse pool of candidates as well as elected officials to serve all of our community.
As a Hmong woman, an elected official, it is my duty to pave the way and break barriers so that our future generations of Hmong women can also lead the way to the future generations. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams.
You don't have to run for state or federal office and be a full-time politician in order to make a difference and impact change. I'm a mom with 2 young children, and I ran for our town board and served for 4 years. I was able to have input and make decisions that impacted my community. You can make a difference at any level of government. So for any woman out there thinking about running for public office, I strongly encourage you to do it.
Women should serve in elected office. Women make up 53% of the electorate, and we make 85% of consumer household decisions in America. We're the mothers, the daughters, sisters, wives. And with our perspective, we belong not only around the boardroom table, but also making decisions in the government conference rooms as well. Women should lead.
Who would have thought that a girl who grew up sweeping the floors at her parents' hardware store could be the Chief Justice of the state of Wisconsin Supreme Court? Thank you to all the trailblazers before me.
I would like to thank everyone who participated in our celebration of the 100th year anniversary of women being given the right to run for public office in Wisconsin. We've made great progress over the last 100 years, but there's still much work to be done. Currently, women make up just over 50% of Wisconsin's population, but only 31% of the legislature is female. I am confident that our daughters, granddaughters, and future generations of women will step up and accept the challenge of running for elected office and leading our communities and state in the future. Remember, when women run, women win, and all of society is better off for it. Thank you.
Visit our website at womenscouncil.wi.gov and learn more about this Wisconsin Centennial and about women in elected office today.